My ex-husband tried to hide his lottery winnings during our divorce, but he forgot I still had access to his email account. For 12 years, I'd been the perfect wife to a man who thought I was too stupid to notice his lies. Garrett came home late, claiming overtime at the construction site while his clothes smelled like perfume. He opened secret credit cards, then gasped at me for overspending on groceries. When I suggested marriage counseling, he laughed. "You're paranoid," he'd say. "Maybe see a therapist about your trust issues." The divorce proceedings were brutal. He claimed poverty, showing bank statements with barely enough for rent. His lawyer argued I should get minimal alimony since I contributed nothing to the household income. I'd spent a decade raising our kids while he supposedly scrapped together contractor wages. That's when the email notification popped up on my laptop. "Congratulations, your Illinois lottery claim for $2.3 million has been processed." My hands shook as I scrolled through months of correspondence. He'd won 6 months ago, right before filing for divorce. The same week he'd started coming home later, claiming job sites were running behind schedule. There were emails to financial advisors about offshore accounts, property purchases under fake names, and communication with a realtor about discreet transactions. But worst of all were the messages to his girlfriend Veronica about their new beach house and the life they'd built together. "Can't wait to disappear with you once this divorce is final," he'd written. "The stupid bitch will never know what hit her." I screenshot everything. The next morning, I walked into my lawyer's office with a flash drive containing 47 pages of evidence. My attorney's eyes widened as she reviewed the documents. Garrett's face went white when his attorney opened the first file during our mediation session. "Your Honor," my lawyer began, "we have evidence the defendant has been fraudulently concealing substantial assets totaling over $2 million. Garrett lunged across the table, his mask finally slipping. "You hacked my email, you psychotic." "I used the family computer you gave me access to years ago," I said calmly. "The same one you used to plan your elaborate deception while I made you dinner every night." The judge reviewed everything: bank transfers to the Cayman Islands, property deeds and fictitious names, even receipts for the engagement ring he'd bought his girlfriend. 3 hours later, I walked out with 70% of his winnings, full custody of our children, and ownership of both houses. As we left the courthouse, Garrett grabbed my arm. "This isn't over." I smiled. "You're right. The IRS investigation starts tomorrow. Turns out they're very interested in unreported lottery income." He drove away in his truck while I climbed into my new Lexus, purchased with his money. That evening, I changed every password on every account. Then I sent one final email from his address to his girlfriend. "Sorry, babe. Looks like the beach house is off the table. Also, I should mention, I've been married this whole time. My wife just took everything. Good luck finding a new sugar daddy." 2 years later, I'm raising our kids in peace while Garrett pays both alimony and back taxes. He works double shifts now to afford his studio apartment, the same building where his girlfriend used to live before she moved back to her parents' house. Our daughter recently asked why daddy looks so tired all the time. I told her some people have to work harder when they make bad choices. Sometimes karma needs a little help from a woman who was supposedly too stupid to use a computer. Turns out I learned a lot more than he thought during those 12 years of marriage, including how to forward emails to the IRS, how to document financial fraud, and most importantly, how to recognize my own worth. The lottery ticket may have been his, but the real jackpot was discovering I didn't need him to survive.